said, He had to fix the shoulders real quick. Like, oh, okay. I ain't made you laugh. All right, he about to start hitting receipts. Remember that time I texted you that emoji? He about to say something stupid.
And all that stuff.
I need to interject.
Oh, okay. Go.
Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Kites here with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, people?
Back at it again with another catch up by Arlette Amuli. This time it's gonna be our Eric and Keianna.
I think it's Keianna.
Yeah, it looks like Keianna. I may be illiterate, but hey, by the way, Discord's up. I'm gonna be posting the Discord link from now on. Every time we put our timestamp section, the Discord link is there for you guys to join. Come over. Come relax, have some fun, talk to some people, meet some people, you know? But at the end of the day, it's all having a good time. You got anything you want to say?
Nah.
Okay, let's jump right into it. It's the Eric and Keianna Catch Up by Arlette Amuli.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here today with Keianna and virtually Eric.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you guys feeling today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Good. Yeah, good as well. Thank you. Okay, so we saw that you guys ended up matching when we had you on episode 6 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. All right, so is it going to be a yes for you?
His Bluetooth, bro.
What happened?
His Bluetooth on the side of his face.
Oh, he missed a professional, bro.
Yeah.
That's so funny. They had to crop him in. That's crap.
Episode 6
He lives in
of
Vegas.
Pop the Balloon or Find Love. All right, so is it going to be a yes for you for him?
Yeah.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Yes.
We got a match!
It's funny because this is the guy that we put on the thumbnail for that episode. We put that he shot the game winner. He was unstoppable in Game 7 because the way he squeaked out this match was crazy, man.
All right, I'll go ahead and take this and I'll have you two go on up. Let's make some noise for them. And so from, that video airing and it being on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, how has it been for you all? Like, with the comments or the DMs, whatever it may be. Keianna, we can start with you.
It's been a lot. I got a lot of followers.
Okay.
Shout out to y'all. No, it's been a lot. I model, so like that helped too.
I see. Mm-hmm.
But it's been good. Crazy comments.
Okay.
Crazy comments.
Like what?
I got called a gold digger.
Ooh,
yeah. Oh no. I was like, okay, because I like a pool. I'm a gold digger. That's fine. But
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing too bad though.
Oh, that's good then. All right, not too bad. Eric, what about for yourself?
I mean, people said as many things as they could possibly, say online. Online is just one of those places where you're not going to win, regardless of what you say. So
True.
regardless of what you do. So I tried to read the comments in the beginning, and then at some point I just stopped.
Yeah.
But I think people just it wasn't really about Keianna specifically, but about the other the girl with the brown dress. My response, people didn't like that. And people were pointing out the fact that I was also wearing dark clothes and as if you're not allowed to have a different preference. So it was, it was insane.
She's talking about serenity.
Oh, I don't know, man. I feel like people are gonna point it out because if you say that you don't have a preference towards dark clothing and that you don't want your women wearing dark clothing, but then you yourself are wearing dark clothing, of course people are gonna be like, wait a minute, this sounds a little bit hypocritical. But I mean, at the end of the day,
Okay, all right. And so on the show, we got to know you guys just a tad bit. But if you want to, let us know a little bit more about yourselves, Keianna. Just anything, where are you from?
I'm from Memphis. Shout out Tennessee. 25. I model. I don't do pharmacy technician anymore. I work for Vanguard, the investments.
Okay.
So I'm getting into that. Actually start tomorrow. I'm excited about that.
Congrats.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long have you been modeling?
Since I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time, decade.
Okay. That's exciting.
That's a long time.
What made you kind of get into that?
My grandmama.
Oh.
She got me into it really young, like as a baby, and then I guess when I got older, I realized I actually liked it. And America's Next Top Model, that was like my favorite show.
You plan on getting on there?
That show
Wait,
was
it's still
toxic.
airing?
That show was toxic.
It was very
My
toxic.
sisters used to tune into that crap every week, bro. We had to sit there and watch it.
Nah, I used to watch it too because at one point I wanted to like model and stuff like that, but it was only because people used to feed that. Oh, you're tall, you should model. Like,
Yeah.
anybody could be a model at this point. Nobody gives a crap how tall you are.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope not.
Oh.
But no, I used to want to be on there, but
Yeah. Okay, all right. And then Eric, what about for yourself? Let us know a little bit.
I train dogs, and I've been doing that casually up until 2020, and then I've been
dog
doing
walking
that
in the background.
professionally basically the whole time since.
He's stretchy.
Oh, that's Capri. That's my dog. And I also have been in the advertising industry. I've worked with advertising agencies basically since 2005, 2006. And photography, I went to school for film. And I worked in the film industry as well. So I've done a bit of everything.
Okay.
And,
Now,
yeah.
what
I was
made
gonna
you?
say, and partially music. Like, I came from a family of musicians. My dad liked to play the piano. I've got a brother who plays the piano as well. Another brother who plays drums. My sister sings. So yeah, so we also love music as well.
Yeah.
There's a whole dynasty over there.
Yeah, that's like my cousin Germany and them. All of my my mom's sister's side, everybody is my mom's side of the family in general is all musically inclined. But I have cousins that they can play 3 pianos at one time. They both play 3 pianos. They all know how to play the drums. They all know how to play bass. They all know how to sing. It's just that whole side of my family is just like so musically ingrained. I always wanted to learn how to play an instrument, but
Y'all sports people.
yeah, my mom put me and my siblings in sports. We were the sports kids, like football, track,
Volleyball,
and all
track,
that. But the music talents are still good. If you can play an instrument in 2024, I say, find ways to promote that. You feel me?
Okay, nice, very nice. Now, what made you get into dog training?
It started with my old dog. Juicebox was her name. God rest her soul. I didn't like dogs
Juicebox.
before I met her, but when I ended up with her mom, and then her mom had, puppies, and I had to figure out what to do with those puppies. And she was the last one. She was the runt. So I just slowly but surely fell in love with it. You know how like people drop off a dog or a child adopts a dog or something, and bring it home, and your dad might not like the dog at first, and everyone's being sort of, but then the dog starts to grow on you. That was basically the same thing that happened to me. She just started growing on me, and then I had to just figure out what to do. I just realized how smart she was, and I had to figure out, like, man, I need to teach this dog some stuff. And so I got obsessed with just trying to teach her as much things as possible, opening the door, getting drinks from the fridge, getting my shoes.
Yeah.
I turned her into a work dog, for real. Yeah, so, and then just, the love grew from there.
Okay, very
You seen the
exciting.
dogs that be having
All right, and then so
the little command buttons, and they be talking that. No, you ain't gonna be talking back to me.
Nah, some of them dogs be arguing with them people
Yeah,
with
they
them
do.
buttons. But I respect it.
you kind of mentioned a little bit earlier how people were, coming for you in the comments, how you were wearing dark clothes, but you kept saying, "Oh, I want." My partner to wear bright colors and all this, and
Right.
you talked about their nails and even someone's laugh. Are you always like this picky when it comes to dating, or was it just kind of like the scenario that we were in?
Well, I wouldn't call it pick. I think that, if you go out and you meet a bunch of people, in this situation, all of those people are in the same space. So it feels like you're more picky than you normally would be. If I went out to a club or if I went out to a bar or something, I would probably talk to one person, and it would be the person who obviously catches my eye. So, I don't really think I'm picky. I'm quite certain of the things that I like, and obviously when I saw it, you could tell my tone changed.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all saw that. Okay. And then another.
I'll be honest. There were two people on the show. I don't want to get too far ahead of the interview, but there were two of the girls who I thought were interesting, and I wasn't aware of the fact that you could like ask for your balloons and back and things like that. It didn't seem to follow the rules of the show, you know, and it seemed I don't want to say backwards to ask for it again after you've already decided. So, but yeah, I mean, I was just trying to understand the rules, and I was trying to also be honest and true to how I felt at the moment.
Okay.
And
You're
who-
still
who
a
was
thug,
the-
David. Eric. Why you call him David?
Because you
The other two in the suit.
David was doing the suit that popped on every girl as soon as they came out through the whole show.
He was a goon.
At some point, I just started to wonder, like, was he really here to even find anybody? Because there's no way he didn't see nothing he liked. Nothing. But, you know, David, he was, hey, man.
Other one, and obviously we know Keianna was one of them. Who was the other person that you were?
It was the very first girl who came out.
Oh.
You know, because so obviously there's a thing about there's a thing about the age, and she had said, oh well, you know, I'm 25 and 30 whatever is too old for me, and she said it to someone else, and when I heard it I was like, okay, so that disqualifies me automatically. And so that's why I popped the balloon. But then she was like, oh, okay, well, this one here, you know, I can make an exception. And so at that point would have been my cue to ask for the balloon back. But because she was the first one and we were kind of going through the routines,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So at that point I was like, okay, I've missed the chance, but I was hoping that, you know, I would find someone else who I find interesting. So luckily I did.
Okay. And Keianna, something that's been brought up a lot on your end was, I guess you gave one of the other contestants a look. What was going on? What happened there? I missed it completely.
Me too. I don't remember doing it. Like, I really don't know. He had to look at me some type of way, because I'm not just going to look at somebody
All
like
crazy.
that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I can't help my face. I will say that. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't have looked him up and down like that. for no
Okay.
reason.
I was
So,
like,
I
did
think
I
I know
miss
what
an
she was referring
interaction?
to, but we'd have to go back into the episode so you can see it. She kind of did make a face at him.
Oh,
I honestly don't remember doing that.
Oh my
all.
gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, it seems like you're a very like straightforward person.
Mhm.
All your responses are just like, no, yeah, okay. And is that like typically how you are like on a daily basis, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Okay.
90%. But yeah, I think I am.
Okay. Do people ever get like a little bit more of you, or is it?
When I want them to.
Okay, mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Eric.
what happened?
What face was that?
I didn't see it. I looked down for like a second, bro.
Wait, what?
Okay, all right. And then Eric,
Oh.
on the show you mentioned that you've been to quite a few countries, but you mentioned that you're Nigerian. However, your accent is a
Right.
little bit different. Where is your accent from, or if you can
Well,
elaborate?
I've lived many places as well. I've lived in England, I've lived in France, Nigeria, America. And my dad was an educationalist and had studied had 7 degrees, and the way he spoke was very soft, and the accentuation was unique. And I think that maybe I've just picked that up from him. I honestly don't know. In my head, I think I sound very American,
Oh,
but then, you know, when I go back home, the accent just changes again. So I think it's just a mixture of
yeah. Because I'm like,
the
I hear
experiences
British,
I've had.
but I hear French. I definitely don't hear American. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
okay, well that's too bad.
Do you hear an American
See,
accent?
when I moved to America, the first 3 years were the toughest, and I had to, you know, deal with people telling me things like, you know, you must come from the village. Like, how did you get here by
Americans, we are
Trash.
we are very rude, bro.
Oh my
We
god.
are very rude. I mean, there's been moments where we heard accents and I can't call anybody out because we've done it ourselves, but it is a bad habit. Like I immediately like I be on edge when I hear people's accents and they're not like a fluent, you know, regular like American United States accent.
I don't be on edge at all.
No, not on edge like defensive, like I gotta fight, but like more like, like what? Who are you? Where you from? Like, you know, like curious. I'm very curious.
It's okay to be curious, but I think the problem with Americans is that we're very ignorant.
Yeah,
like,
we are.
Our curiosity, the way that we're curious about things, we're curious in such an ignorant way. It's okay to ask somebody, where are you from exactly? Because your accent is just, you know, instead of saying, oh, are you from the village, huh? You sound like you from the village. Like, what?
Yeah, that's true, man.
Just stupid.
And the problem, you know, the ironic part about it is, as Americans, we'll do that to like foreigner people that come in here, but then we also do it to each other. Like East Coast accents, West Coast accents, Central accents, up North accents. Like even though we all speaking just fluent English, like Tennessee accents and Kentucky accents are crazy to us. But then everybody says California people, we have crazy accents as well. Even though I don't hear it, but
we don't have crazy accents. We have broken dialects.
Yeah, we speak in ebonics.
That's what we have.
How do you know, by boat or like, you know, just crazy things like that. And people used to call me Wesley Snipes because I was dark skinned. You know, I was just 10 years ahead of the time because I also had a flat top, you know, hair.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at
you know,
Americans.
When we lie,
who told him that?
Who said that to you? Point him out. Point him out. Leave a comment. Who told you that? We'll handle him ourselves. Who lied to you?
Style and so I just had to try to blend in as much as possible, and so I started taking speech. I don't want to say therapy, but just like classes and acting classes and communication classes and things like that, and just learning how to, you know, speak in general.
Okay.
And so it just took me a while to blend in, but yeah, at some point I just decided to try to just be myself, but I had to switch schools to do that. I'd messed it up by being Nigerian in America in my first class. So I just tried to be more American when I switched schools.
And you know what's crazy? The people that come from like the African continent and all that, like the natural like Nigerians and stuff like that. Out here in California, people may say we're the mountain pot, and like everybody from everywhere could be over here. Them people still got treated like trash, like for their accents. There was a lot of like Hispanic kids and like Caucasian kids that we had a lot in our high school. We had like 4 or 5 kids that were like from Africa originally, and their accents were still there. And you know, you had people going to the and all that stuff just to make fun of them out here. And it always used to heat me up, but it's like I can't say nothing because if it's not bothering them and they're not heating up at it, it's like for me to like jump up and do the fight for them, it could be more problems on them because now they got beef with these people because I stepped in and fought them for cracking a joke on people that didn't even care about it, you know?
Well, when you're outnumbered and there's only 4 Africans in the whole school versus Americans, they're not gonna say anything.
Right.
So it's just kind of like, I get where you're coming from, but
yeah, it used to heat me up, but it's like sometimes, you know, you want to take action for people, but then it's like you don't want to create more problems for them by doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta kind of like choose to like hold your peace at times. But yeah, they
I
didn't.
would have cracked a joke. At least they know where they from.
Oh yeah,
I would have cracked a hard joke. Do you even know where you're from?
Oh yeah, I was for sure.
A lot of Americans don't know where they're from.
Yeah, the jokes I was saying back then in defense of that. Oh yeah, don't let another culture come and attack a black person, and while I'm in the room, because I was a class clown, so I was gonna do something to make you look stupid regardless. So it was like I didn't like the black thing. Whenever there was another culture making a joke about black culture, oh yeah, I was in the front lines like, oh yeah, that's why your mama, like I was going stupid.
And it's always unwarranted too. It's just like,
yeah,
I don't know what's wrong with people.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So the main question that has just been on everyone's mind since you all have matched on the show, has there been a date? Have you all gone out? You know, what's going on?
No.
Oh.
I mean, he lives in Vegas.
Okay.
And that was that, but yeah, we just haven't been out.
Oh. Okay, so when we filmed the show, Eric, did you stay a little bit longer in Arizona to at least be able to take her out, or what happened?
Well, she did say that Vegas wasn't a problem for her, obviously, at the show, because I asked. And I did try to meet her up the next day before I was traveling, but she seemed, I think it was probably too short notice, and so she wasn't available. And yeah, so we weren't able to meet right then.
Okay.
But the conversations continued.
Okay. So where are you guys at today, Keianna? Are you guys still communicating, or what's going on?
No, we haven't talked since like the beginning of April. Yeah. There's no like bad blood or anything. We just don't talk.
Okay.
But we FaceTimed, I think that was the beginning of April. He said his friends were watching the show and they thought we would be a good match. We're like really great friends because we have the same like personality. And I was like, yeah, you good friends.
Okay.
Good friends.
I see. Okay. And so is there like any initiative or anything for you guys to meet up, or you plan to go to Vegas? Eric, do you plan to come here? Like,
well, I mean, ask her if I tried to invite her to Vegas, or if she, ask her. Because I did, didn't I?
Keianna, what happened?
I think I was sick or something. I was busy.
Okay.
I know that much. Or sick. One of the other, but yeah.
So do you plan on going to Vegas?
No.
Okay, why not? What's going on?
Just not really interested anymore. I mean, our conversations were kind of.
You was interested when he said he had that infinity pool.
Mm-hmm.
You was interested then.
Yup. You heard that infinity pool, and what was your response? In my past life,
I was a mermaid.
I was a mermaid, so I gotta get this pool. Now, I understand the distance thing, but then again, the ball is still in her court, because it's not like he blindsided you with it. He did say, I live here. Is this going to be an issue for you? And you said no. And then now he's saying he invited you out and you couldn't do it. So at the end of the day, it's just, I don't know.
I don't think she was really interested in him to begin with, because even looking at like how they walked off together, it was kind of more like she was just excited that she got a match.
Yeah,
then excited that she got a match, and she's like excited to get to know him.
Too like he's cool, don't get me wrong, but it was just a lot. And for me, he never made me laugh once, and I was like, that's a big thing for me.
Okay.
So
okay. Now from the show, I know everything happens.
Why he lock in all of a sudden? He said he had to fix the shoulders real quick. Like, oh, okay, I ain't made you laugh. All right, he about to start hitting with seats. Remember that time I texted you that emoji?
He about to say
Pretty
something
quickly and
stupid.
all that stuff.
Funny.
I need to interject.
Oh, okay, go.
I knew it was coming, bro. I knew it was coming because bro hit her with the hold on.
He sat up and he crossed that leg over.
He said, hold on. What we not finna do is say I ain't funny. Alright? That's what he
No, everything happens pretty quickly and all that stuff.
I need to interject.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Eric.
All right, so we met each other first night. The very first vibe I got from her was, at the end of the show, you would assume that someone you've matched with would want to come and have a conversation and like chat to get to know you. But she was moving over there, taking pictures with her friend, and I was just sort of by myself for a little while. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just, you know, it was nice to meet you. I'll get your Instagram, and you know, we'll chat some other time. And that was it. But I was trying to add her on Instagram on the personal one, not on my business one, because I wanted her to see my photos and things like that. But I think she added me and then like unfriended me.
Oh.
By the
You gonna stop playing with the dog whisperer, bro. Y'all gonna stop playing. He wiser than he gonna put on, man. Stop playing with this man.
She added me and then like unfriended me. Oh. By the time I'd like gotten into the other page or something, I'd noticed that she wasn't following me anymore or something. But I didn't make a big deal of it because I'm an adult. I don't care if someone's following or not following.
This was all on the same day, like right then and there?
That was from the first day, yeah. So that already gave me a kind of a weird feeling. And so I'd sent her a text message the next day like, are you actually interested in me, or like, you know, what's the deal? Like, did you just come, you know? And she said, yes, I am, was her response. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I will try to continue getting to know her and things like that. And then I FaceTimed her the next morning, and the evening when I had arrived in Vegas that day. And I was in a good mood, everything. I was really happy. I was like looking forward to chatting to her. And then she answered the phone, but she was at a concert. And so obviously couldn't talk at the concert. And so I was waiting for a FaceTime call or something at some point and never got anything back. And
what they say about them sirens, they just lure and distract. Lure and distract.
See he said, all right, let's get something straight, because
I need to interject.
He was probably gonna let you make it until you said that he never made me laugh. So
you never gave him an opportunity to.
So if we gonna talk about selling this used car, let's talk about the Carfax. And the Carfax is, I ain't get an opportunity to make you laugh because every time I tried to talk to you, you was too busy.
FaceTime call or something at some point and never got anything back. And I swear to you, I asked this girl question, and not once did she go like, well, how about you? You know? So I just felt like it was really hard to gauge where things were going. And for me, I don't really think text messaging is a good, and she would agree as well, because she said that I asked her what her method of communication or what she would prefer as a style of communication.
What the dog doing?
She said she likes, she doesn't like text as much, but she likes to talk and she likes to FaceTime. So that's why I was like, okay, good, because I like to FaceTime as well, because that's how you get to know people, you know, like when you're far away. And so I just was never able to get to that FaceTime, and that's why I feel like I would shine. Like, it's a text message, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like you can only say so much, and you don't really, if you don't know the person, you haven't spent time, like FaceTime or phone call is the way that you would kind of build a rapport with that person. So we just didn't have that, and the whole time, you know, every day it was like, hey, how are you? Then, hey, how are you? And then I would talk about my day. I was interested. I was asking questions. I asked about family, asked about work, asked about her modeling. I even suggested that I could set her up with an agency here.
It sounded to me, well, we ain't heard her say nothing yet, but it sounds to me like he going a little above and beyond what he needed to.
I think what he's saying is true, just based off of her body language and her demeanor. Because a lot of times, when we watch the ketchup videos, if there's some type of fallacy or some type of falseness
people
to it,
be teed up.
The women will be like, see, now I gotta correct him on this.
Yeah.
Like, she's not gearing up to address anything. She's just listening. She's taking the L. That's what it seems like.
It seems like it, but then she could be one of those calm, calculated arguers. The ones that they'll let you say it all, and then they'll just start hitting you with the, all right, so let's get this straight. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So, but right now, he pleading a good case.
that's able to place models and things like that, you know. So I mean, I was showing interest and it wasn't being reciprocated to some degree, and so I just went straight forward and I asked, you know, like, well, let's talk about making plans. Like, do you want me to come to you or will you come to me? And then she just said she was busy. And so it's like, I mean, you know, like, what are you supposed to do after you've tried and tried? Right. So we ended up just being more cordial and friendly, and then the conversation had died until I sent her the text message with my friends. And then we kind of talked about that to some degree. And then I tried to FaceTime her again some other time.
You didn't try.
And then she was driving, and I mean, she just, you know, like, I thought the sarcasm thing was cute because you know, that's how I am typically, but it's not. It's something that I can turn on and off. When you're in a one-on-one situation, it's easier to, I mean, it's just easier to get to know people that way. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I tried. And you don't know someone until you can chat to them.
Not to be rude, brother. Do you talk through the whole thing of this? Because I want to hear her side.
And so it's either we were going to meet, and I really think people need to fulfill that part of the deal. It's like, if you match, you should try to meet at least once. And so I was willing to fly there, you know, and I was asking to see if she was willing to come, because then I think that would have made things easier to understand.
It takes longer to speak.
Yeah, he speaks at a slower rate.
I came to the conclusion, and I asked her, and I think that she would agree as well. I think that the truth of the matter is that she wasn't interested in anyone to begin with, and she said she just picked me because I seemed nice.
I think I understand why people be complaining when I be going on my little rambles. I can understand it now, because it's like there's a point where he stops and you're like, okay, he's done. And then he goes back into like another part of it, and I can see the frustration. So to the people that was complaining about that in the Dr. Elam video, you right. I'm gonna work on that. You guys are right. I get it now.
And I mean, while that's great, it's not really what I want to hear. Like, I don't want to. I came there for a reason, and I participated, and I think maybe it.
Look at Arlette's face.
I don't know. It's just, it feels like
she's zoned out.
Then why pick anyone at all? You know, just stick to. If you don't like anyone, that's fine. There's no harm. There's no foul.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So, let me jump in here. Keianna.
Okay.
That was a lot.
Yeah. So let's start off with, you know, it sounds like he sent you a few messages, didn't really hear anything back, as far as he didn't see the interest in him. Like, sounds like right from the jump. Were you ever really interested in him?
At first, yes.
Okay.
I think I got in my head a lot too, because like I said, he's not my normal type, and I start to overthink. And then I watched the show too, and then like what he was saying about the other girls, I'm like, I always wear black, like that's my favorite color, so that probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Okay.
And then the age thing, that really threw me. Like, I know I said it wouldn't, or I will try to like not let it bother me.
Okay.
But I'm like 38, it's crazy. Like.
You lucky my fraud watch button don't work right now.
What's wrong with the button?
The button don't work. It's not the fraud ain't frauding right now. Hold on real quick, people. We're gonna go for a short intermission. All right, guys, we're back. We had to fire Steve from production because he messed up a couple things. Steve, it's been a pleasure working with you, but I hope you can find a better working environment. We need professionalism around here, so I won't tolerate any type of mess ups. So we'll be sending your last paycheck in the mail. Do not call. But anyway, back to production. But what we was gonna do was and let me break down why I think you're frauding. All these things that you're second guessing and stuff like that, I get it. And a lot of people want to make the argument that people have the right to change their mind and stuff like that. But I will never be an advocate of changing your mind late and wasting people's time. That's what I'll never be an advocate of. If you felt like age was going to be an issue and you second guessed yourself, that's cool. But at the end of the day, you got to also remember, if you are having these thoughts and these second guesses, it sounds to me like he gave you a lot of opportunity for you to confirm in yourself whether or not you were wasting his time or not.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he had to put in a lot of effort that he shouldn't have because you were in your head and all that, which is cool. My wife be in her head a lot. But one thing she don't, no, that is true. You be in your head a lot.
You ain't got to tell the people.
Well, I'm
Get out of my business. Go ahead.
But,
go ahead, finish.
I'm about to be on Fraud Watch too. But it's the fact that he gave you plenty of opportunity for you to try to, clear up the air. And the fact that you just strung him along because you were in inner conflict with yourself. At the end of the day, if you had those things, transparency is the key.
She could have said that because when he asked her, "Are you really interested in me?" She could have been honest and been like, "I am interested in you, but these things that I said was a concern for me in the beginning of the show, they're still a concern for me now. So if you're willing to work with me, then I'm willing to, try to figure something out. But you're better off if these are things that are going to be like red flags for you or things that you really don't feel comfortable with, don't compromise or force yourself in a position where you're going to regret later on. And then you don't even handle the situation accordingly. Because like you said, she had plenty of times and opportunity to be open and honest with him about what she was in her head about, because that is a big age gap, 25 and 38. That is a big age gap. But you weren't thinking about that when he was offering all these types of amenities and all this other kind of stuff for you. So
you won the prize and start second guessing the prize you won.
Yeah.
But it's like, I get that. But then you had the opportunity after you guys matched, when you guys were still there, you guys talked. You had the opportunity when he tried to reach out to you again. You had the opportunity when he asked you on the text messages. You had the opportunity as you guys kept going back and forth for those number of days or weeks or a month. You just said you stopped talking in April. So those months, it's like there is so much opportunity for you to say, hey, this isn't gonna work because I'm having these feelings about this. But you chose to waste his time. At the end of the day, it's still a waste of his time. Because now you heard his answer. What am I supposed to do? When you've done everything you can, what are you supposed to do? Meaning that now he feels defeated. He was just trying to get you and trying to show you that he was serious, and you weren't reciprocating those feelings back at all. You're a fraud.
It threw me. Like, I know I said it wouldn't, or I will try to not let it bother me. Okay. But I'm like 38. It's crazy. Like, I'm 25.
25.
Like,
okay.
I'm not ready to settle down just yet. I'm like, he's almost 40. He's probably he's ready for a family and marriage. I'm not ready for that just yet. So
those few things which you knew from the show,
exactly,
later on kind of made you lose the interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then overthinking.
Okay. So did you ever express that to him, or you kind of just left?
I didn't. That was my bad. I will apologize for that. I apologize for, I guess, I'm not gonna say stringing you along, but like not communicating. So that's my.
No, you was stringing him along. You kept him on. It's like when you're pulling at a fish, right? And you hook a fish and he's way out in the ocean, and you're reeling and reeling. There's a lot of fight and pull and yank and reel and all that. That's a long fight for this fish if this fish is a big catch, right? But then there's those people that they'll do that whole 3-4 hour, that 30-minute, 40-minute, 10-minute fight. They'll pull the fish out, they'll take a picture, and they'll be like, I don't want this fish no more. And it's like, okay, cool. But you gave him the perception that he was what you wanted and that you had no problem going to Vegas to date and all that stuff. He thought he was the fish you was going to keep. Mm-hmm. And then right when he got to the end, he like, so when are we supposed to do this date? I don't want to. You threw him right back in the ocean. That's stringing him along. You wasted his time.
I do agree with Eric on the fact that I said this in the last couple catch-ups. Like, if you match with somebody, y'all need to go on at least one date.
Exactly.
Because it takes the integrity away from the show, and it's frustrating because it just shows you how people will make other people so disposable at any given second. Like, we don't know how to just like take stuff in for what it is and then process it. But as soon as we find like one ick or one dislike, we throw the whole thing away. Like when you go to the store, for example, you get a box of cereal. Oh, this box is dented. I don't want this. Throw the whole box away. Mm-hmm. The box is dented, but what's inside is not.
It's still packaged. It's still packaged.
My bad. So sorry.
Okay.
Well, we don't. There's no hard feelings. Like I said, we've kept it cordial, and we've still gotten through some conversations and things like that. And yeah, it's just even as friends, it didn't seem like there was interest there, because I don't like to approach things being pushy about anything. I didn't say, oh, I want some kids. I didn't say all I talked about was like modeling, which was your interest, and I just feel like if any, like, you know, like I've had photographs in Sports Illustrated. I've photographed people who've gone on to become cover models. You know what I mean? So it's like I felt like at least there should have been something. Like there was there's a huge benefit, there's a huge interest if that is your desire. And I think that, and for me, it's not so much like, okay, let's just try to figure out our lives and what we're going to be. Like I'm not really in a rush. Like obviously, like I said, I've spent time trying to do other things that I care about. I'm not really in a huge rush to like be married or nothing. But yeah, I mean, she didn't say that to me, but yeah, like obviously now she's said it, which makes sense. It's something that I picked up on, you know, way earlier in the conversation. So.
And then Eric, you mentioned you felt like she wasn't interested in anyone at all. Is that true?
So I did say, like towards the end, I wasn't going to pick anybody, but he seemed very genuine, and I wanted to get to know him.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did say that, and I shouldn't have.
You said that on the show?
No, we were texting. I texted.
She said it to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, like, when you came out and you saw the lineup, you were like, "This ain't for me." Is that what you mean, or when you said you weren't gonna pick anyone?
No, that's not what I meant. What did I mean? Like, it for me, like between them, like them two, Obi and him, I would have picked Obi.
Oh, okay.
But it was the 3 kids. But then he like started selling himself, and I loved that, and I was like, okay, I'm interested. Like, you really seem genuine.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so when you said you weren't gonna pick anyone, it was between those two. You were like,
yeah.
Okay.
But then that's why I was like, if it was, that sounds bad, but if I had to choose, it was going to be him.
Okay, I see here. All right. And so, are you still secure in that selection you made, or would you have preferred to have not pick after what?
No, she still would pick Obi.
Probably not pick, so I wouldn't have wasted his time and have him feel away. If he does, I'm not saying you do, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, you know, unfortunately, it is sad that, you know, nothing was able to progress from here and all that stuff. But you guys do seem cordial. No, you know, bad feelings or anything like that. So that's pretty good. Anything we should be on the lookout from, you know, coming up from either one of you?
I have a fashion show, the Valley Vogue fashion show. I think it's coming up in June, maybe.
Everybody wants the same fashion show.
Get my portfolio together. So
nice. All right. Well, congrats for being in that Valley Vogue.
Valley Vogue owe Arlette some money because apparently she just sent every fashion model to Valley Vogue at this point. Arlette, you need to go message them. Like, shoot, you putting people on the map because everybody going to Valley Vogue.
I guess it's an Arizona thing, like how we have like the. I don't even know
what we got.
Have in LA. I don't even know. LA fashion show. I
don't know. Man.
I guess it's the same thing.
And Eric, what about for yourself?
I don't know. I didn't come on the show to sell myself or sell myself in this way or like talk about my business and nothing. I'm looking for a partner. So that's my primary mission is just to like keep myself open to the possibility of finding someone. Okay. I don't know if you guys you're doing another show or something. You got some people more in my age range who are
so you want to come back and try to find that love?
I mean, listen, I don't go out. I don't like to go to clubs or nothing. My way of meeting people is my options are slim. If I'm not on like a dating thing swiping, there's no other way that I'm going to run into someone. So you know, this is a good situation.
It's a great way to meet people, definitely.
Yeah, So I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Some people were making fun of that, like, oh, he's too old to be.
No, definitely not.
No, you're never too old to date. That's one thing we'll never say is somebody too old. I do believe that there are certain age gaps that we shouldn't cross.
Yeah.
I feel like 10 years is the farthest somebody should have a distance. I feel like when you start getting above 10 years, you in different eras of time at that point, and you guys are better off not. but I'm gonna let him finish and then I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
I'm like, what? No, there's no such thing, you know.
You're never too old to find love, so I don't know what people mean by
we're
that.
We're all trying to find someone. We're all trying to, you know, no one wants to go through life by themselves. So it's like, however you do it, however you do it is.
Okay, all right, Eric. Well, I'm glad to hear that you are interested in coming back. We'll see what we can do over here. You know, maybe you might be on another episode. Who knows? We'll see. All right, guys. Well, I hope you both have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone at home, for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.
Now, I do want him to go back on the show. Mm-hmm. I do. I had my gripes with him because in the episode, he was acting like a character. But now that he's in his own element, he's at home. It seems like he's more comfortable. Getting to hear how he holds himself, how he carries himself on the show versus how he carries himself here. Two very clearly different people. The one on the show, now that I understand his mindset, a lot of his answers make sense to me now. But I do feel I want him to go on the show because I do feel like he at the end of the day, like he messed up on the world girl that he wanted, the first girl, because he didn't understand how the show worked. And then the second girl that he was interested in just wasted his time like that. So it sucks. It's unfortunate, but I also that she's an example of what we've been saying in these last couple catch-ups. If y'all are going to apply to be on these dating shows, especially one like this, take it serious. You guys are coming on here to make clout, get moments, do all this, and then only 2 of y'all couples have successfully went out. And like he said, I was actually here to find somebody. So there's genuine people that are on there to find somebody, and it's the people that are jumping on the show that just want to make moments and just want to market and just want to get connections. Y'all are messing up the dating game for people. So that's all I gotta say.
I was processing what you were saying.
Oh.
But no, yeah, I agree. I just think it's kind of sad that we're in this era that people feel more comfortable socializing with people via like Instagram, Facebook, Tinder, Hinge, whatever the case may be. And in these instances where you actually get to meet people in person outside of your normal routine, because a lot of people are homebodies nowadays. A lot of people are very content with being indoors. It's not like how it was when we were coming up or when our parents were coming up, where everybody was just outside all the time. And it just sucks. Like, you can't have like normal dialogue with people outside in the world anymore because people are nervous, people are anxious, people are afraid of whatever they're afraid of when it comes to meeting somebody in public. But yeah, I feel like if you're gonna get an opportunity to meet somebody in person without any biases or anything like that, take advantage of it.
Yeah. Let us know how you guys feel about this episode. Let us know if you guys got anything. Join the Discord. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.